Hello, this is Mike Rasmussen on the Where's Your Next Vlogcast. AI is coming. This is a fireside chat. There's a lot of people who have concerns about this. I definitely wanted to talk about it. So I think there's a lot of us that not really sure what to make of this. Um, some people don't have all the nuances of what AI means in business yet. And the fact is, AI has been around for quite some time. Um, but I don't think it's going to take every single job. And here's why. There's in recruiting, especially even that one. While there are people who say recruiting, basically AI will enhance productivity, meaning that there will be other um, ramifications of the bigger picture, if you will. So as far as I know, and as far as I can tell, I don't think it's going to take all our jobs. Now, a lot of people are skeptical. You'll find folks on both sides of the opinion on and the coin on this, and different people who have their opinions about how AI will affect things. So let's talk through this. I'm going to share my screen. I wanted to just show you some of the headlines. This just gives you an idea of how people are feeling in the job market right now about this very topic. But I think we just need to be realistic about it and have an idea of where we want to be and how we're going to go about it. So the reality is, I don't think it's going to take our jobs necessarily. I do think that will enhance productivity. Certain jobs will be affected. So as you see some of these mm, headlines, there's different points of view. Um, there's this little stat right here: AI adoption will affect 40% of workers worldwide. You can just kind of get a sense of how people are feeling, and some stuff like this: 80% of professions. I don't know. We'll see about that. Will AI take my job in manufacturing? You see, these are some of some of these clickbaity. Um, I think there's a lot of people that have their opinions on how these things. I do like a Sherm had an article that I'm gonna hear real quick, and I tend to like how Sherm approaches things because, generally speaking, um, they have very good points of view, and from the standpoint of what they offer, I think it's really true that it's just so me see if I can get into this Sherm article here. Anyway, it looks like my password expired, but um, one of the things I'll say is, AI is one of those things that the advice I would give you is you should be adept at it. Learn tools like ChatGPT, learn the latest and greatest tech that's out there. There's something called Copilot there. Different tools that are with different uh, tech companies that are coming out all the time. Even even Facebook has its own little AI that you can use as a personal assistant. So there's another step that's coming. It's going to be called. I think it's going to be. Um, I can't remember exactly what it's called, but it's AI agents, if you will. And these will be things that can go and kind of predict what's coming, and then they'll give you ideas on how to approach certain things. So I think when it comes right down to it, I think we need to be kind of open minded to these technologies and not be afraid of them necessarily. Let me go see if I can find some more articles that might help. But so as you're looking at these things, um, I think it's important that we have an idea of how things should work. So let me go to ChatGPT. I'm going to ask ChatGPT a few things, and that will be an interesting dialogue. So, but let me see if I can. Before I do, let me see if I can find find an article that's helpful. Um, here, here's a Forbes. I like Forbes. They tend to kind of get it right. Let me kind of read this. I think there's some really good info that the article seems to have. This is a little bit dated. It came out in August 2024. And now there's an interesting take. But they say that AI is the poster child of industrial, the fourth industrial revolution. So this article for and again, and to be helpful to you. In education industry, our personalized artificial intelligence is set to have how people's from fear to enthusiasm. Take on the definitely taking advantage of AI to help you the best version of yourself that you can be. It will help you with productivity. It will help you ideas. Um, just familiar with the to help you with just writing an email or putting something together. Um, even in ChatGPT can be helpful. So all of these different tools are definitely helpful. And we should be adopting this to help us be the best we can be. But let's continue on. Let me kind of read through this a little bit more here. As we explore the limits of what AI can do, even its most passionate supporter has to wonder at some point whether this technology will render us obsolete. In short, will AI take my job? It won't be the first time that new technology has created a major shift. That's a very good point. A lot of us, I think, are scared unnecessarily of this particular tool. And the way you should view it is as a tool. It's like email. When email came on the scene, your approach to your workday changed. I mean, go back in time when we didn't have as much digital stuff and you had to use paper to do everything. It's that kind of revolution. I mean, it's the similar reality. And recruiting, for example, even recruiting, when recruiting went online with the internet in the 90s, this same type of thing. There was no LinkedIn back then. There was, I mean, how did people get to where they needed to go? They used the phone. So it's just like everything else. Everything evolves, and how we're ready for it and how we're ready for that change is a key factor to our success. So rather than be scared of it and push it away, why not be the person that gets ahead of it? Why not be the person that uses it? That's exactly the way you should look at it. And that's the way that you'll be valuable in your job because you'll be 10 times more productive. That's the way to do it. It goes on to say, this article, it won't be the first time that new technology has created a major shift in the workplace. In fact, a new study estimates that roughly 6 out of 10 jobs people are doing today didn't exist in 1940. That's a really good point. Jobs that didn't exist um, all that time ago now do. It's the same thing. AI will create new jobs, and there'll be old jobs that will be gone. So the way you adapt is you utilize these tools and make them your own. Most work in the U.S. is new work. Most contemporary jobs require expertise that didn't exist back then and was not relevant at the time. So as we go on, I mean, other things to look at. I mean, let's see what else. It goes on to say, society changes, technology changes, work changes. It'll happen before, but it's harder to be complacent when it's happening to us. We're now in the fourth industrial revolution. And as with all revolutions, there's a level of discomfort with the future isn't predictable. It's understandable that amidst such transformations, employees may experience anxiety and uncertainty about their future roles, says Nikhil Aurora, CEO of Epignosis. I recently connected with Aurora to tackle that persistent question: will AI take our jobs, and how employees and employers alike can come through this workplace revolution successfully. Here's what we discussed. Looks like they had a little dialogue here. What AI can do. It's clear that AI possesses amazing capabilities to analyze data and generate content at the click of a button. AI undoubtedly plays a crucial role in enhancing efficiency by tackling repetitive tasks and conducting complex data analysis, thereby optimizing operations. Says Aurora, it can also serve as a catalyst for creativity objectives that humans might overlook. Now, I think that's a great point. When we're looking at AI, remember it's not a human being; it can't do things that humans can do. Therefore, the ability to be human in your work still exists. How do I mean, honestly, the relationships that you build, the way you that we have a lot of new for a lot of people since COVID entirely remote workplaces, hybrid work. We've got all sorts of different nuances that exist. But the reality is that we need to advance ourselves by taking advantage of what exists and not be afraid of them. The applications seem to be endless, from customer service to healthcare to marketing and far beyond, and we're likely just scratching the surface of what it can do. AI's capacity to analyze vast amounts of data enables the generation of predictive insights, facilitating informed decision making across various sectors. In other words, maybe there's a problem you're struggling with. You should ask the AI. It may give you an answer, but like the you able to know how to use it and search with it, which is what this point is here. But all this raw power does come with one Aurora is the potential for AI to amplify present in the data it's trained on, lead to discriminatory outcomes. An over reliance on AI without proper human oversight can result in errors. So it's interesting, but that might take care of itself over time. We don't know yet. But as far as it goes, AI can do certain things that make for great productivity. On the other hand, there are things it can't do. And I'll give you an example. It can't close and have empathy to help that human being make it. That's just something it may not ever be able to do as well as a human being can. So the answer is, will there be human recruiters in my space? I think so. I think there will be human recruiters. Our titles might change, the way we do our work might change, but the way that we get to the end outcome will still be the same. We still have to make an offer. We still have to work with human beings to get stuff done. So the level, maybe the repetitive tasks, the things that eat up your time. Think of it this way: your productivity is going to go up, and thus your ability to have your emotional intelligence in order to be able to communicate your value add is also going to be an important skill that you say, hey, this happened, I did use AI, but here's my part in it. Here's where I added value, and keep adding value. I mean, that's really what it's all about, and figuring out new ways to add value. AI cannot replicate ingenuity and innovation inherent in certain human tasks, particularly those requiring creativity and originality. So very important. Can it write a little article? Can it write a story? Can it do certain things? Sure. Can it create video in certain cases? Yes. That's why soft skills, or as I call them, professional skills, are rising in value as AI and automation are being used for more routine tasks. It's not about pitting soft skills against hard skills, says Aurora. Rather, it's recognizing how they complement each other to drive success. More than ever, human workers need both. Very true. Aurora points to recent data that shows 57% of HR managers anticipate a rise in the importance of soft skills as AI adoption spreads. In other words, the HR folks are feeling it as well. And I like that they're pointing out that HR managers are focused on why that's an important thing, and why being able to have human to human contact and being able to have human communication skills are important. 43% foresee a potential skills gap emerging due to this technological shift. I could see that, as people aren't comfortable with certain things. They may have to be retrained and upskill in that effort. But those who adopt it and stay on the cutting edge of it are going to be okay. So, um, leading in an AI driven world, how your employees approach AI has a lot to do with how it is received by your organization's leadership. That's important. If you're in an organization where they're scared of AI, they're not adopting it, of course, they're not going to trust it. Um, so I think a lot of leaders need to help their comfortable with it. Aurora advocates that employers offer AI training. So I think that's important too, AI literacy, as it's called, so that they can get comfortable with it and upskill. And employees should do this themselves. I think, creating awareness around it. These points, these bullets right here are really good. And again, I'm just running through this because I liked where this article was going. So, um, education and trainings. I think being able to creativity, being able to get, show how folks can be important too. So I think that this question of AI take my job, can AI become all points of view. So GPT itself, and let's ask it what it thinks of first compare with AI, and we'll there. So GPT fast. Yeah, it's taking a little while. As again, my point of view is that we just need to focus on. Let me ask this: how would utilize AI to more value at my one impact that I would encourage everybody to prompt in there that questions. So, for example, in this case, Chat GPT, I'll ask like that, just watch this, and this that I think are that are so let's just watch what it does here as I let it think. It's thinking right now. It's taking a while. It'll take this long. Let's see. Here we go. All right. So it's going to get a little bit of time there to finally spit out a response. But as I was waiting for it to do that, you're at the recruiter paying repetitive tasks. So you'll see this kind of theme with anything related to marketing, software engineering. It's good to talk through this. Now, let's kind of talk. Let me give you some more perspective on this. So, use AI and tracking automatically based on job descriptions. Leverage tools like HireVue, Pometrics, and LinkedIn Recruiter identify top talent quickly. All of these tools are actually now using each of these. So here's some other ones that may show you how it's going to affect recruiting as well. Automating outreach and engagement. You utilize AI chatbots to engage with candidates, answer common questions. So these are chatbots.
AI-driven email personalization tools like Textio or Gem can optimize outreach messages to improve response rates. So again, it has the ability to help personalize that message even better. I saw one person who took a copy of a LinkedIn profile, spit out the it took the PDF, copied and pasted it, threw it in to ChatGPT, and then asked ChatGPT come up with an engagement personalized to that person. Now, it's good for that, but you don't want to. I think the other thing is you might have to craft it a little bit and help it maneuver. So I think those are all important things to be aware of. So utilize AI chatbots, Paradox and Olivia, to engage candidates on common questions. And then the same idea here, Textio and Gem can be used to create outreach messages, as well as using ChatGPT the same way. Here's some other things. It can help with interview and assessment and automation. Again, I don't know. Sometimes with AI, it can go both ways. There are people who may be able to use an AI video to also, make a video of themselves that's not real and stuff like that. So there's some interesting counterpoints to that. But AI powered video interviewing, you should always try to, if you're in a video interview, you should have the background on. Make sure the candidate has no background, no fake background, and that you ask them some questions to make sure they're the real person. Because again, their AI can be used in other ways that's important. So recruiters should be asking those types of questions. AI powered video interviewing, like HireVue or My Interview, can analyze candidates' tone, language, and facial expressions. Not every candidate likes these. Sometimes they're one-way videos. I still think a human should be involved. That's me for candidate experience. Diversity and inclusion. AI can help eliminate unconscious bias. That is true. It can also get things wrong. So you have to be careful with that. Predictive analytics. AI is very good at predicting and showing how things work, and it can also look at patterns. So it's saying HireTool, which is now Hire Easy, can also analyze how a candidate might respond, or if they would respond to you. It can help with getting candidates scheduled for interviews. Calendly has that ability to automate follow-up. It can answer questions. There's so many things it has the ability to do. So it also can predict how long it might take to fill a job. So those are some ways that. So examples of. The other thing I would say with AI is make sure you're utilizing it, getting confident with experimentation. You can a theoretical problem. Something I am trouble finding for an event. What ideas do you have? Could you share? What it's going to do, it's ideas here for you. So throwing out a hypothetical, but this is just one used. Engineering is very important. I think this gives you some idea, different vendors or different options you might use. It's recommending Thumbtack, Yelp, The Knot, Catering.com for vendor reviews, looking at local LinkedIn groups, stuff like this. Using catering marketplace, cater cow. So you can just see that some ideas thought of. Another way that it could be used is lots of different nuances, asking it a wide variety of different questions that relate to a problem in front of you. So for example, maybe it was a job search. You could use it for job search too. How can AI help my job search? So just like something like this. So if you're a career seeker, um, it can help give you some ideas of different tools that might help with writing a resume or getting a template right, stuff like that. So it gives you ideas like looking at AI tools like Job Scan or ResuMatch to analyze job descriptions and optimize your resume for ATS applicant tracking systems. AI-powered writing assistants like ChatGPT, Teal, CoverDoc. Now, I want to dispel a myth. When a candidate applies in a job, does a human being look at their resume? The answer is yes. 95% of the time, your resume will be seen in some way, shape, or form. They might use AI assisted tools, but that doesn't necessarily mean that the AI is going to, dispel you from the job if you don't have every single matching word. The answer to that is it could, but it's more likely that a human being is actually looking at it because of certain laws within the United States that you have to look at a resume, um, for example. So things like that are important to know. Um, the OCCCP requires us to look at resumes. So, once you're an internet applicant, you have to be seen. So, other things it can do to help you with job search are use AI job aggregators like LinkedIn's AI job alerts and Recruiter or Indeed, find the best matching jobs automatically. So, jobs that, this is also important for employers because employers need to have a job description that's optimized for getting the right people to that job. There's many times where the job title doesn't match up with the job's actually doing. That happens all the time. AI can help fix that problem. Textio is a good tool to be used for that. AI-powered job matching platforms like Hired or Pajamas Jobs can connect you with recruiters based on your skills and preferences. Improving networking outreach. AI tools like Crystal Knows analyze LinkedIn profiles to help you personalize outreach messages so that you could reach out as a candidate to a recruiter. ChatGPT can generate email templates for networking, follow-ups, and interview requests, suggesting that, which is exactly what I would use it for. Use LinkedIn AI features to suggest connections and conversation starters. Prepare for interviews with AI. And mock interview platforms like Interview Warmup by Google, VMock, and Udly provide real-time feedback on your answers, tone, and confidence. Use AI to research companies and generate potential interview questions. That one is important. I think there's a lot of people who don't realize that you could type in an industry or even a company that you worked at and then find competitor companies to that company who might be more likely to hire you. So you see, that's a way to use it as well to help you generate lists. And then with a few creative clicks, you might find some of the recruiters who work at that company just by doing some back-end searching. Stay ahead with AI-powered career insights. LinkedIn Learning is definitely a great tool. You can take AI-related courses, Coursera AI, and Robo Recruiter and My Path AI, AI-based coaching platforms, personalized career recommendations. Navigate better offers with AI. AI salary comparison tools like PayScale, Levels, FYI, and Glassdoor help you determine fair market salaries. Now, as you can see, there's a lot of good ideas in here. And if you were doing a job search, this would be just one way to use AI by asking it the pertinent questions. So you could ask questions like this. If you're looking to prepare for a job interview, what type of job interview questions am I likely to encounter as I interview? And that's just generic, but you might see, stuff like this. And all of these are questions that you're probably familiar with. You could use this to kind of give yourself ideas, prepare for any other options of how you would like to go about it. In in your interview prep, if you will. So again, another way to use it. Another thing you might ask is, let's see, what are some other common problems that you would have? So I am a engineer. I'm just some tips, and you get me to be better at my job. Now that AI involved, this is interesting to see what it comes up with. So as you can see, it's suggesting the decision making. It's giving you ideas of places that you could go to use, and it's giving you ideas on how to generally prepare for how it can help you be efficient, etc. Again, these are just ideas, but again, I think just by looking at all these different options, what I find is that AI has the ability to do a lot of things that can help with productivity. The point. That's why we shouldn't fear AI necessarily. But again, the main point is that just harness the tools, look at the tool ahead of the curve, so to speak, so that you can be the best version of yourself. AI has the ability to enhance a lot of things for all of us. And so it's a big buzzword, and there are a lot of people that will say, oh, AI is going to take your job. AI is going to do this. AI is going to do that. Like with any new tool, that's how people react. It's just a normal human reaction to something that, has intelligence. And right now, AI is very much in its infancy. There may be things like AI agents that come out. There may be modeling tools that AI with making decisions. So the key is comfortable with being uncomfortable when it comes to AI, but also comfortable with learning how to use the tool in the first place. And that's really what it's all about. I think ChatGPT is a great example of how people got really excited about what AI opportunities there were. And right now, there's a few kind of things that limit the ability of AI to do certain things. So, for example, AI takes a lot of data. Um, it will take time for AI infrastructure to be built, for it to be able to do any of the other things that people predict that it can do. So the reality is, will AI take your job? It might chop off bits and pieces of your job, but I don't see it replacing human beings in the way that people, kind of say it will. I think it's going to create new jobs. I think it has the ability to recognize the the areas of repeatable tasks that take away efficiency. So, in my mind, I think AI is going to be an enhancer of our abilities, but I do not see it taking our jobs 100%. Will it require becoming more skilled with it? Sure. Yes. There's an absolute point to be made for that. I also think that AI has the ability to help us be more efficient and do things that we otherwise wouldn't have the time or capacity to do. So as I go forward with this vlogcast, I think there will be more on this topic. But today I just wanted to give you some hope, give you some ideas, show you that AI is not the evil thing that some people think it is. It's actually a tool that can help you be even more powerful as a person, as a career-minded individual. And the more you take advantage of it, the better off you'll be. So that's my whole advice on it. I see there being potential for the future. as we, you know, embrace this technology to be the best that we can be. And I'll look to bring more experts on this topic into my vlogcast. Today it was just a fireside chat, just ways that I've seen it be used for job search, ways that it's helped me, things of that sort. So I'm speaking from my own personal experience here. So I hope this was helpful. Once again, thanks for coming. I hope this was a helpful topic for you. And for anyone who is watching, you have a wonderful day. Keep living your best life. Keep doing the best you can. Use these tools for what they're meant to be, which is to help you be a better professional and more efficient, which is the intent that it was created in the first place. The engineers who've worked on AI, that's really their goal, is to help take away some of the mundane tasks so people can actually enhance their lives. Now, do I think there will be jobs that it will displace? Absolutely. But if you are the person that's embracing it and ahead of the curve and on top of it and is staying up to date with the technology in the first place and striving to utilize it in your own life, quite frankly, you'll be ahead of the curve. Do I think there's room for human beings to still be working? Yes, absolutely, 100%. What that looks like yet, it remains to be seen. However, just have hope. This isn't something that is going to, um, you know, you should look to be the most productive you could ever be, and continue to upskill, continue to focus on what it is that you do well and your core skill set, but then figure out ways every week. Take some time to practice with the AI, learn how to use it, learn what prompts get the most results. That's the stuff that adds value, because the more experimentation you do, the more outcomes you'll find are going to help you. And a human does have to be in the loop. Human in the loop is a thing. And that's going to be for as long as AI exists. I think there's going to be more and more opportunity to learn how to use it. And will the AI get more agents, more intelligent as it goes? Yes, it will. They're working on supercomputers that can do 10 times more calculations. There was a 60 Minutes that talked about this very thing. And I think, again, I don't think AI is something to be scared of. I think it's a good tool. I've seen it work. I've seen it help me be productive. I've seen it help me better engage candidates. It's helped my hiring managers. It's been a tool that I've been able to use for a number of things, for just brain. It's, think of it almost like a brain um, storming tool. That's a good way to look at it. It has the ability to help you with decision making and to do certain things than you would have ever thought. And that is a good thing. So, with from me to you, peace. Mike out. Thanks for coming. Have a great day. Until next time on Where's Your Next? We'll see you soon.